Hello again, welcome to MasterCAM course. As you remember that we created our 2D toolpath, and then we can create our roughing process, and then actually we create another roughing process for this area, and then actually we create our finish contour toolpath for this area. And then actually as a final, and we get actually some toolpath here. And after that, actually, we need to create extra area to create my toolpath actually. So when I am looking at my product actually, maybe it will be better for us to create actually when we consider this area, can you see here? And we can easily create our contour toolpath for this area as well. So maybe we should change that, and maybe we should also change that chain and to create my toolpath. So let me check my parameters here. This is for actually finishing process. Maybe we should make them 15. And then I need to turn, and we need to turn our the boundary. Okay, this is calculating right now. Maybe we should change that and generate operation in our parameters. So this is my chain. Okay, I use that stuff for actually my roughing. I can use the delete options, and then we can add new one. So maybe we should add this one, I think. It's a roughing, and it's a actually semi-roughing process. And then we can recalculate our toolpath. Yeah, that's okay. And when we turn to here, and we're gonna see that that's kind of toolpath. So that's cool. So that is also can be used as a semi-finishing process actually. So that's quite important for our actually process. Okay, anyway, that's cool. And after that, we can easily create our actually scallop toolpath. So when we consider our scallop toolpath, and maybe we should create extra the boundary for here. Okay, so actually I'm yeah I'm thinking about, and maybe we should also use this area, so that's not so important. So I'm gonna turn to here, and then let me to the options and z-axis. I'm gonna turn to the 40 to create my new boundary, and then we can turn to the wireframe and curve on a edge boundary, and then maybe that's actually that's one is also can be selected. Actually, we can also select this one. Actually, is that right? But according to this perspective, actually, we don't want to enter this phase. So that phase is not suitable for actually a scallop. So when we consider the scallop, actually I can start from this area. So I'm gonna start from here. So this phase, and this phase, and then let me continue like this and this one, and then at that point I'm not sure about, but and maybe we should keep going like this one and this one as well. Okay, so let me check here. Yeah, and this one and this one. After that, we can turn here. Maybe I just copy this line. That line is already created. And then we can select this line, or we can left here, and then we can turn to this area. So yeah, that is bad, and we're gonna see this some and difficult cases here. Anyway, and that's not important. I'm gonna create this curve, and then let me create this edge. So if you create and this edge and this edge, actually we can easily break that line from here. So we can turn to the trim two entities options, and then trim one entity. We can select this one and this one, and that is created like this. And then actually we are working to 2D and on this Z axis, and then that's why, and we can easily turn to here as a vertical line. Oops, sorry. And then we can easily turn back to and trim two entities options, trim two entities, and we can easily break both of them. And then let me check to and the top view. And then we're gonna see that's kind of and solution here. Okay, maybe we should also use the level if you don't want to see all that stuff here. And let me turn to and front view. Okay, and then we can turn to the level options. You're gonna see some level here. Yeah, this is my solid body actually. And then we can turn to the and this view, and then let me select this one and use the right mouse button and hit the level, and then we can activate use the active level options, and then we can click 101, and then we can write here and actually boundary and hit that button, and then that is all of them is the different boundary level. Maybe we should also put them here, and then we can easily get rid of all of them. Yeah, that's okay. After that, maybe we should also turn to chain, and we can select this one and right mouse button, and then we can easily turn to and the red perspective, and then curve on our edge options. We can select this one and this one, this one and this one, and then actually we can keep going to create this one and this one. And it's a final actually. Yeah, and I'm thinking about, that we are entering this radius, so maybe we should also and select this radius as well for this area. Actually, it's also possible to go to on this direction, like this one, maybe for my and actually for my boundary. That's also possible. So you know that that's reduce half of this radius, and is also possible to machine by using the scallop actually. So that's why maybe, and we should reach maybe like this kind of toolpath. Is that's also and good for us. Okay, let me consider this stuff here. I'm gonna turn to here, and then I'm gonna create and that's H and that's H. Okay, so let me create another H here and here. Yeah, that's perfect. So while we are considering this one, actually, you know that we are working on actually and the 2D right now. So we can easily turn to freeform line, and then we can easily create, and that's kind of on the line here, like this one actually. So that can be my boundary. Okay. So actually, according to that perspective, it's okay, but it's not enough, I think. I'm gonna my intention to create and the different perspective here. So that's why I'm gonna turn back to point and dynamic point, and then I'm gonna create and midpoint of that line and some point here. And then I'm gonna turn back to trim to entities options. I'm gonna turn to break as a type, and then trim one entities. And then I'm gonna select this one. Oops, auto options maybe. No, sorry about that. And we need to turn to actually, and is that possible to use, yeah, trim two pieces. Okay, I'm gonna select this one, and then we can select our point. Okay, and let me handle the same things for this one. I'm gonna turn back to here. Oops, I'm gonna turn back to here, and it's a dynamic point, and then I'm gonna create some midpoint options here to create my line, and then we can easily use the trim two pieces, and then select my curve, and then we can split it. This one and this, oops, trim two entities, this one and this one. Yeah, is that possible? No. Let me turn to the single to check out. No, I cannot do that. I select this one. No, we cannot break it. Okay, let me create another line here, and then we can easily break this line by using that line. Anyway, that's okay. And then, and this is my main idea actually, and we can also split this one. Okay, trim two entities. We can break that line by using this line actually. Okay, let me delete this one and this one. After that, I'm gonna delete all of them here, and then I'm gonna turn to actually here to create blend spline. So I'm gonna select this edge on this point, this edge on this point, and then we're gonna get that kind of and boundary here. And then we're gonna reach here, 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 and here. So we also need to do same things for this area. So let me create some line here by using the same degree, and then we can use the trim one entities. We're gonna break this line by using this line, and then we can delete this one and this one. And then let me turn to here and blend spline. We can start from here to here and here to here. Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect. And we're gonna see, and that's kind of actually, oops, sorry about that noise. And so we can delete that point and that point. After that, I can turn to the actually chain, and we can select all that chain and use the right mouse button to make them and the red. And then we can, yeah, we also need to break that line, and then we're gonna check out everything seems fine. Trim and one entities, yeah, this one is deleted, and then we can use the right mouse button and red boundary. Okay, let me check my boundary. Is everything fine or not? I'm gonna turn to surface and flat boundary, and then we can select my boundary, and then we're gonna, yeah, you can see that boundary curve is not close, and then we're gonna select the close options. And then we can turn to here. We can turn to the chain actually. We can select all of them and delete them, and then we can easily create our curve. So that is also another way to close all the boundary, as you can see here. Oops. Okay, and let me close this one like this. I think that's possible. So yeah, that's only a line can be seen here. Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna turn to chain and select my chain again, and then I'm gonna make them red. So let me check here. Yeah, it's perfect. So let me turn back to my mill toolpath and surface finish, and then we're gonna use the Scallop toolpath. When I am select Scallop toolpath, actually we can select all of the face, and then I'm gonna turn to my boundary. That's gonna be my boundary. You know that in the finishing process, in the boundary is quite important process. You need to focus on your boundary. So that's quite important. I'm gonna turn back to here, and then maybe we should use the 8mm ball nose here, and then I just need to organize at my cutting speed and my feed rate, and then we can turn to here to organize my retract and feed plane. At that point actually we can easily turn to the 0 position, so that can be 0, and we can also prefer to use and boundary and the tool relation, and it can be center of to my tool, and then we can write 1, and then we can check out our process, and then as a tolerance we can turn to the 0.01. Okay, this is the bias and angle. It can be and the 0. And we can also reactivate our depth limit. We don't want to see any depth limits here. And then we can turn to here to make our and the gap settings as a distance, and the gap size motion can be follow surface. And don't forget to select to optimize cut order. Okay, this is the optimization of my cut order. Okay, we don't need to use use approximate start point. Okay, we don't want to see the expand inside to outside. Maybe we should select it and this one. Yeah, and if you start, yeah, actually if we use this one, and we're gonna start from the inside to outside. So I don't want to see that kind of stuff here. And then let me check my toolpath. After that, we can change my step over. So this is also quite important, and the tricks while you are calculating your toolpath. Actually, as a first step, you can write step over 1 millimeter, and then after that you can turn to your toolpath. If everything seems fine, you can change your actually and the step over with the and with actually real one. Okay, and to calculation process, you know that it can be and time consuming most of the time, so maybe that's why you don't want to see that kind of stuff. Okay, and you're gonna see that that area is, yeah, in the that area we can see there's some problems here, you know that because of the, and this part actually is not suitable for the scallop and the machining is, yeah, it's some area we need to use actually some and maybe contour like this, contour toolpath maybe. So to be able to handle this stuff, actually we can also create new and the boundary here. I'm gonna turn to here. I'm gonna start from this face, okay, and then maybe we should also start with this face and this face. Okay, maybe we should also, and anyway, maybe it's also possible to, yeah, we can also use this one actually, and maybe we should delete this one, okay, and let me consider this area. Okay, I'm gonna start from here, and maybe we should also use this one and this one and this one. We can also select this one as well, and then let me turn to here, this one, this one, and this one. As you can see here, I try to prefer to inside of my radius because it's also good to handle our and the radius in our scallop process. So that's why I am preferring to use in the inside of my and radius. And then, and let me create this one and this one. Yeah, yeah, and we also forget to create, I think, this one. Yeah, it's fine. Let me turn to chain and select my chain. Yeah, you're gonna see there's some problem here, and no problem. We can easily use the trim two entities options and to handle it. And then we can easily turn to chain and select our, oops, yeah, it can be selected easily like this one. And then we can easily turn back to here and to use the join entities, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Okay, something like that. And then we can turn to the chain and select this one. Yeah, there is some problems here. And we can easily use endpoint and endpoints. Okay, perfect. Let me turn back to here. We can select our boundary, and then we can easily change our color. We can turn to the geometry, and then we can hit the boundary, and then we just need to add new one. Oops, what was the problem here? Yeah, you know that it's, yeah, we need to turn back to single approach. We can delete this one. Yeah, we already have our boundary as well, so this is my mistake. Okay, anyway, it's possible. Yeah, we can select this boundary as well. So when we select the two boundaries, of course, and the MasterCAM, I'm gonna calculate it, our toolpath, and the inside, that's two boundary. So let me calculate it. Yeah, it is calculated right now. Let me turn back to here. Yeah, that's perfect. You know that, yeah, that is the perfect toolpath I have ever seen. Okay, good to see. That's kind of toolpath. Anyway, okay, and yeah, that is actually, let me, and yeah, that toolpath is quite important. I'm gonna turn back to here. Yeah, this is the Scallop toolpath, and then we can turn to here, and then we're gonna change that Scallop boundary. Okay, so we can reactivate this one. Let me turn to here. So this is the 101. Oops, sorry. Sorry, that's about that noise. I can select all of them, use the right mouse button, and then I'm gonna send all that boundary to 101, and then we can make them unselect, and we can turn to and do this one. Okay, so this is the Scallop toolpath and my boundary. Of course, that's not real and step over, so I need to change and my real step over. It can be 0.1 millimeter to get and the bed surface. And this is the machining direction. It can be clockwise side, and then we can recalculate it. And that's it. And thank you very much for listening to me. If you have any question, don't hesitate to ask me. You know that there is not only one solution to get my toolpath. Actually, you're gonna get different perspective. Actually, at that point, I try to and use the one of them here. Okay, you can also create and the better than mine. And thank you very much. And I'm really appreciated your interest. Thank you very much and take care.